Hey, what's going on? Luke here, and we're here to do a video talking about the 2023 NRL season kicking off, sort of kicking off. It's not like the full official season, but it is the trials. And in particular, we're going to be talking about the Bulldogs. In particular, as you can tell by the title, we're going to be talking about the Prince of Belmore, or King of Belmore. I don't know what exactly you would want to call him, but I'm going to call him Josh Reynolds. Josh Reynolds, one of my favourite players of all time as a Bulldogs fan. Just symbolises everything about the Bulldogs. Obviously, he left the Bulldogs, went to the Tigers, was injured a lot. I mean, that's kind of why he left the Bulldogs in the first place. We had a battle of Hodkinson, Mbai and him, then salary cap troubles, and then someone had to go. Josh Reynolds was the man to go. I think Hodkinson left as well. Mbai ended up at the Tigers. They all ended up getting punted, essentially. But Josh Reynolds was the heart and soul of the club, and I feel like when he left, a big part of the Bulldogs died. And I feel like the fans, Bulldogs fans, would be able to sort of back me up on that. Even though he wasn't playing the best footy of his career or anything, and as we saw, he was pretty much on the back end of his career, still is, and he's back. It's ironic me talking about this, but he seemed very, very broken down. Then obviously, he had a whole incident off the field, which has been well documented. There's a great little, I can't remember if it was 60 Minutes or a Current Affair. One of them went over everything, just revolving around a bad relationship and lots of dramas there. Like, it's very, very full on, which would explain why things on the field weren't exactly great at times. But he went overseas, didn't really play well, got punted, came back to the NRL. Honestly, I thought, like, I've heard things from him overseas, and I was like, nah, the dude's washed up, he's done. Then when he signed like the train and trial deal, I was like, look, it's cool having him around, it's nice seeing him back in the Bulldogs colours, but it's not going to work out. But apparently he's absolutely killed it, and he's found himself in the top 30, which is something I never thought I'd be saying in 2023, and here he is, making his, starting return into the trials at least. Obviously, it doesn't mean a hell of a lot in terms of going forward. Matt Burton's not playing. A lot of these players don't play, and they're just trying out combinations. It might be something where they go, oh, Josh Reynolds might be good for some of the younger fellas around him. We're going to start him. Doesn't necessarily mean they rate him above other players or anything like that, because him and Kyle Flanagan are the halves, but it's going to be bloody nice to see Josh Reynolds in the number 6, wearing the blue and white again. I'm excited. I feel like Bulldogs fans everywhere are excited. Even if he goes out and absolutely shits the bed, at least it's a good story. At least it's a good story. Considering the past seasons that we've had, having a Josh Reynolds in our club would have been great. We've seen how much energy a guy like Josh Addo-Carr can bring to the side. He's got the experience. He's got the runs on the board. Josh Addo-Carr is just a good vibe, and I feel like it just perks the players up. Now having Josh Reynolds coming in, also doing a similar sort of thing, maybe not to the extent of Addo-Carr, but just in terms of bringing energy. I mean, back in the day, Josh Reynolds, the only reason he got into these sides for the Bulldogs is because he was so fit and he could lead the training sessions, apparently. Pretty sure that's what he said. Pretty sure that's what's been documented. So, obviously we know he's a good trainer, he's a good worker. Has some absolute dumb moments on the field. I was going to say something else then, but yeah, has some absolute mind blanks on the field, but same time, just the effort's there, and I feel like that's what we need. That's what we need right now. We've got a lot of finesse players, like your Burtons and your Addo-Carrs and all that sort of stuff, but having a guy like Josh Reynolds, I think, would be invaluable to the club. Like I said, is he someone who I expect to play throughout the season? Not really, but I mean, judging off this, he might be, I don't know, maybe a bench spot. I mean, we've got New Brown there who could be doing a job there, but look, I think for Josh Reynolds, I think he's a lot closer to a berth in the NRL again. I'm saying a berth. Rebirth? A return to the NRL. He's a lot closer than what I thought he was ever going to be. And it all starts this Saturday, I believe it is, taking on the Raiders in a trial game. Now, looking at the little squad Bulldogs have put out, like obviously Addo-Carr, like the All-Star game's on. So I think Hayes Perham, I think it is. I was going to say Dunster, but I think it's Perham. Apologies for pronunciations, by the way, but he's playing the Maori side, and then also Josh Addo-Carr's not playing. But like they've named, like Reed Marnie's playing, Luke Thompson, Max King, Fatala Mariner. It's interesting to see some other guys on the bench too, like Jarrell Skelton, Toppany's in there as well. Harrison Edwards is apparently pretty good. Curtis Moran played decent last year. Ryan Sutton in at lock. Also Jacob Preston. Don't really know too much about him, but I've heard that he's actually been pretty decent. Alamoni and Avarillo in the centres. Definitely a new look Bulldogs once again. I feel like every year it's been a new look Bulldogs, but mate, I'm so happy to see Josh Reynolds back in the blue and white. Oh, there's just some things in life that just feel right. And Josh Reynolds wearing the Bulldogs jersey, it just feels right. Saw him in the Tigers. He was going out there. He was trying to give his all, but you could just tell it just wasn't there. And I feel like some of the players in the past have literally talked about how they felt when Josh Reynolds got punted. It's similar sort of to like James Graham. When they got asked to leave, it was like, oh, okay. All right, this is not the Bulldogs that I knew anymore. So having him return, I think it just, I don't know. There's so many good vibes going around the Bulldogs. Whether that translates on the field, I don't know. Don't read into the trials too much, and that goes for all of the trials. It goes for everyone except for maybe the World Club Challenge, St. Helens, I think it is. Apologies, about to get pumped. But yeah, look, I'm going to wrap things up here. I'm just rambling on at the moment, but Josh Reynolds is back. Bulldogs could be back. At least they're winning, like, maybe a positive record. Maybe that's what we go for. I don't know. I was going to say top 8. Imagine top 4, man. Nah, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Guys, I'm going to wrap things up here. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy that one. A little bit of a one take, I hope. If I don't stuff it up here. Guys, if you did enjoy it, make sure you go ahead and leave a like on it and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Don't rely on the sub boxes. You'll miss all my videos. They suck. They really suck. Use the notification bell and never miss any of my videos. Also, go ahead and chuck me a follow on social media. It's on the screen right now. It's Mr. Luke and YT for the most part. My Facebook's Mr. Luke, but everything else, including Snapchat, including TikTok. They're probably the ones I'm most active on. Snapchat, TikTok, and Instagram. Go ahead and give me a follow. Give me an ad. And guys, plenty of videos to be made. We've got the All-Stars game. We've got the World Club Challenge. Going and making a lot of videos this week. So stay tuned for that. Footy's back. Mr. Luke's back. See you for the next one. See yous.